Hey there, guys. Welcome to another Star Night Research podcast. Today I'm going to have with me Blue Knight Beyond as well as Saddle Up. Just second. Nice add you to the scene here. Thank you for coming on, Blue Knight.
My pressure. I'm very excited to talk about Batman Begins and Arkham Knight. Two things I'm very passionate about. So, I'm really excited to talk about it today.
Oh yeah, let's see. And Saddle Up should be joining in soon. Let's see. But I agree because like those two, like they're among my favorites with Batman media over the years. Because I mean to me I think the best game is Arkham City, but still I think for Arkham Knight they really upped up the stakes with the graphics, the Batmobile. Because even though yes they do overuse it, I don't know the design is pretty cool, and the fact that you have a game where you can either glide, drive through the city, and everything. Like what more can you ask for in a Batman game?
Literally, the whole fantasy of being Batman.
Yeah, I mean, like I would say, like they definitely did not lie with that whole like be the Batman in I think one of the trailers.
I think I think what Rocksteady did to achieve with the Batmobile is really impressive because it's like I think because I did research on it for a recent video. Like it took them around like 3 years. I think most of the development time was on the Batmobile and all that stuff.
Makes sense. I mean, it's no wonder why like when they made the Arkham Origins helped keep us occupied, and that way Rocksteady can put the focus on with the last game. Though, sadly, I think that was probably the best that that Rocksteady has done so far.
Yeah, what's even more impressive is that that game was made on like Unreal Engine 3. So like it's the same engine they made like Asylum and City. So it's like really impressive. That's like A looks good and B it functions well.
Yeah, it's amazing, and especially I think that was like among the first PS4 games to come out. And to answer your question, Grunges Jarvis currently not at the moment playing the Batman games, but that's on my list. And I apologize for anyone that's hearing all those construction noises. I'm in an apartment complex, and for some reason, I guess they have construction people renovating one of the empty rooms. So
Yeah. And Thunder happened last night. So that happened. It knocked out my internet for a while.
yeah, the weather has not been crazy because it's a bit cloudy. I think there might be some rain coming around here as well. Well, my neck of the woods. But still, it's just crazy how like for this month there's been lots of Batman anniversaries because I believe like it's around this month that we had Batman Forever. Although you and I did talk about that for a little bit.
Hmm. Yep. About 40 minutes and then got on topic.
Yeah, and then for this month, I think there's also at least the U.S. premiere for Batman Begins and Arkham Knight. For with Batman Begins, it's been 20 years, and for Arkham Knight, 10 years.
That's not counting like other projects because I think the Batman versus Dracula movie is about to hit its 20th anniversary, and I think Return of the Joker is also going to hit its 25th anniversary. So yeah, there has been a lot of anniversaries coming up.
Yeah. The one thing I noticed is that there's some particularly certain Batman themes that hit just at certain year points when it's been like to celebrate when Batman started in the comics, like 89. That's like I want to say that's about wow, yeah, 50. I think 50 years since Batman's been in the comics that we get the first Burton movie.
Yeah, 50, 60, and I think when did Arkham Knight come out? Wasn't I think it's like around. It was kind of close to 75th anniversary. I think they missed like a year off.
Yeah, because originally it was supposed to come out in 2014, but I would say given the amount of work needed to be done with the Batmobile, it had to be pushed back to 2015.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I had to be pushed back. I remember that. And then I think the PC version, like a lot of people, like it was on Turbo or something. I think they fixed it now, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I didn't see. I mean, I don't know. For me, I didn't see too many like glaring issues when I got it. Granted, I had it. I waited a bit to try to get a PS4 at the time because I think that. I mean, that still. I mean, around 2015, that was not exactly the easiest or most profitable one to get at the time.
Yeah, I think I played Arkham Knight like a year later, like after all the DLC had came out.
Yeah, I want to say for me when I finally got it, it was like maybe a month, a month or two after the premiere. Because I think, yeah, it was actually because I a friend a system out for a while, so I was able to play on that.
Yeah, yeah. No, but going back to your point, yeah, I think Begins. I'm trying to think like where I don't think it hit an anniversary yet because I'm like I know Asylum was like celebrating 70th fifth anniversary for Batman, so I'm thinking of Begins, maybe 65, maybe around there.
Let's see. I mean, let's see, from 2005 to 1939, that's a bit close. Yeah, because I mean, granted, even for like the Batman for 2004, that's celebrate 65 years.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I think 75th was like 2014. Was it
Yeah,
around there?
yeah, and there was quite a lot of things that come out at that year. We got
Yeah,
Gotham, the Son of Batman film.
that the Lego Batman 3, like that came out and they had like a DLC celebrating like 75th anniversary.
Oh yeah, because I mean, for that game and Angel of Death, to answer your question, the subject is to talk about Batman Begins and Arkham Knight, since both subjects came out this month to celebrate like 20th and 10th anniversary for their respectively.
Yeah, there has been a lot of anniversary. I wish I knew about the anniversary like, ahead of time so I could have like made a video about it, but yeah, I think this will have to do.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot, especially even for like well, like you said, Return of the Joker, how it's 25th anniversary. The
Yeah,
Joker, for the Joker himself, it's 85.
yeah. A lot of anniversaries. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't keep track of this.
Yeah, because I want to say Joker and Catwoman. Yeah, they actually I looked up recently. They both premiere like in the 1940 respectively.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, I think I'm trying to remember like what issue Catwoman came out because I know Joker. I think his first debut was like in like issue 1 of Batman. I can't remember Catwoman.
I want to say it's the same, either that or one of the Detective Comics beforehand, maybe, but just beforehand.
I don't think it was Detective Comics. I think it was like maybe I want to say issue 4 of Batman, but I'm like not too sure. Okay, I'll use Google. Come on, Google, help me. Appearance. Okay, no, it's issue 1. Okay, that's weird. So I guess there was like multiple stories within the first issue.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, they both first appear in issue 1. Okay, that's interesting to know. So I'm assuming. Okay, I gotta track that comic down and read it then.
Yeah, and I think like also like yeah, there's just so many characters that come out like in the 40s. Like I thought Wonder Woman was also 1940, but actually it was 41. So next year will be 85 anniversary of the character.
Good thing they announced that Wonder Woman movie like a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean I don't know who they could go for after Gal Gadot, but I'm sure they'll find someone.
Angel of Death says, I distinctly remember the first time I saw Batman Begins because I fell asleep halfway through. I always felt the second half wasn't as good as the first. I never completely loved Batman Begins.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. I'm about to say like something I think like a hot take right now. I think Batman Begins is like one of the better movies from the Nolan trilogy. or at number one for me.
That I mean, it's interesting enough because when I did my Batsuit list, a lot of people commented on how they prefer the first suit that Christian Bale wore over the Dark Knight suit.
I'll say this with the suit. I think I like Begins more than the Dark Knight. I don't think the Dark Knight suit's bad, but I don't know. I think with Begin suit because it's like there's not a lot of like paneling or all that stuff. It's just like just sleek blackness, and it's just trying to think like what I like about the suit. I like the glove. I like the gauntlets. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's interesting how it has a different symbol than what is being used for, as part of Nolan's trilogy. It looks somewhat like a precursor to the Arkham symbol.
Yeah, that's like every like Batman like media out there. Like they'll use like a logo. Like think of the Arkham games where they use that the iconic logo, but like Arkham Asylum they use like a different bat symbol, and it's like why?
Gotcha.
That's like everything though. I'm just like why can't they get the same logos match or using a different logo?
I gotcha. But hold on. Looks like Saddle Up has joined us in, so just 1 second.
Ooh yay!
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Sorry, I'm trying to. Are you guys live right? Oh, you're live right now. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to stream it to my Instagram, which I can still do, unless you just want to go ahead without it.
I think we should be good without it. Let me just try something. There we go. Just gonna. That doesn't work. I had custom overlays, but I guess they do this whole 3 squares, so I'll just go by this for now. But
If you,
I feel kind of bad being on the top. I'll be on the bottom.
no worries. But no worries. But thank you, Saddle, for comments to the show.
yeah. Thank you for having me. Sorry I'm late, and I'm still trying to see if I can just quickly link my desktop to my Instagram, and that way more people can see it. Let me see.
Gotcha. And let's see. I was gonna check with the comments. Angel Des says, I definitely think it's the film that feels most like a Batman film in the trilogy. It's definitely better than Dark Knight Rises. Well, yeah, Dark Knight Rises is not my. It's not completely my favorite. Although, I will say with Batman Begins, it does feel like we're watching two movies in one, so to speak.
Oh, like the Prices movie because like they borrow elements from like No Man's Land and then a little bit of Nightfall, a little bit. I'm trying to think what else they did. Like
What?
they took inspiration from.
True, but I guess when I think of Batman Begins, it's like we had this whole setup with Bruce training, like eventually meeting Ra's or Ra's al Ghul, and then when we get to him in Gotham, it just feels like it's sort of like a second movie, just seeing him in operating the city and everything. Then Ra's is back again and is trying to complete his plan for Gotham.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, Begins kind of weirdly adapts the episode from B-Test. Like, I think it's called Dreams in Darkness. Like, Scarecrow poisons like fear gas and fear toxin in the water supplies. Same episode, same plot.
Yeah, basically, and even I was saying that episode when Batman is gassed, he's like very like tripped out, like seeing all kinds of hallucinations, where if it's the trauma of his parents or that horrifying scene with his rogues gallery just appearing out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like Begins more because it feels more Batman-y to me than the other films. I think The Dark Knight's a better film. Like I think it's a better film, but I don't think it's a good Batman film. It's just I'm trying to see like how I explain this because it's like because I feel like Begins it feels more Batman-y. Like there's more Batman stuffy like in the movie, like more content for Batman. While it is in like The Dark Knight, it kind of focuses on more like crime organizations and there's like order versus chaos. I don't like. There's Batman elements in it, but I don't really. Mm, doesn't feel more Batman to me. I guess.
Yeah, I kind of see your point, just because yeah, we it's because I would say like I could just imagine like Harvey Dent being in there like as part of like the DA's office or something like because I don't know, because sometimes I feel like with that guy that was like Rachel's boss, I feel like that could have been Harvey Dent, you know, like but they
Oh
probably
yeah, easily. Well,
but
that guy dies later, so I mean, I don't know.
yeah. And what's funny enough is that with the Batman Begins suit, similar to Michael Keaton's first suit, it has a very elemental like animalistic feel, like where it's not so high tech. It definitely feels like it's a Batman.
I think they're like their second suit, like their updated version. I think it works in film because because when I see when cosplays or something, it's like it doesn't quite look right, but when I see like watch the movie, it looks right in there. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. I think the Dark Knight suit just works in film, and there's some elements I like about it. Like I like the shoulder pads. I like he's able to move his neck around more.
Yeah, but I do like I think the symbol that they use in Begins a little bit more. It does look pretty cool, and I think even like the cowl design I think for Begins looks a little bit better.
I think the only problem I have with Begin suit is because like how they hold the cape like in the front suit of the costume like there's like these triangle shape that just like holds the suit and it kind of bothers me. It's just like there's these little triangles like holding the cape and it bothers me.
Hmm. I
Uh,
never noticed that kind of thing, but it has been a while though. I've seen that Begins many times over the years.
yeah, same here. I just watched. I think the most recent time I watched Begins was like Batman
It
Day.
has been a while though.
Oh,
All right.
that's
Sure.
fine.
Okay. I am live on my Instagram, so I'm ready to get started. And
Ooh.
got a bunch of people joining already. So you guys, last thing I heard was the triangles on the cape. Something.
Like how they pin the cape because like it doesn't
Yeah,
attach to his back. Like you know what I'm talking about, like the
yeah,
triangles.
that looked a little off. It could have been something maybe a little cooler, like a buckle, I feel like, right? Um, but I guess it was his first shoot, so it was like kind of a way of showing that's like he was doing a basically a quick DIY job of getting the cape attached to a Nomex suit, which it was originally not designed to do, I guess.
Yeah, because for you, man, you've done like lots of Batman cosplays over the years, especially with your recent one with the Absolute Batman.
Yeah, and it's like
That was
attaching
fire.
it. I appreciate it. And attaching the cape is always like something to think about how I want to do with each suit. Sometimes it's as simple as just wrapping it around my neck, but sometimes you want to be able to make a nice aesthetic of how you're attaching it. So some of my suits have like a buckle right here on the shoulder area, and sometimes people think that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's different ways to do it.
Yeah, because I know for you with Batman Begins, that's your favorite suit over the Dark Knight, which begs me to ask, like, have you ever cosplayed in that suit Begins?
The begin suit, no, I haven't. Which is funny because I too like. I think like you guys prefer the begin suit over the Dark Knight suit, but yeah, I just haven't gone around to it. Maybe someday I want to.
But I don't think the Dark Knight suit's bad. I just think I don't know. I guess it's just like I guess that suit's really designed for film because it looks good on film at
It
like
looks
certain
good.
parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see
I
what
like the functionality they tried to, uh, incorporate into the plot with it, how it's more flexible and being able to turn his neck and everything like that.
Yeah, like that's cool. Like I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny that for both Bale and Keaton's second bat suit, they got tech, more techy and stuff, less like theatricality.
Mhm.
I definitely like Keaton's second suit. Like it's more armored and not like how do I describe it? It was like because like they molded his like body sculpture so you have like abs and then the second suit is just like armor more.
That's true. Yeah, I've noticed that difference. But how about for the Batmobiles? Which would you rather have drive, the Tumbler or in Arkham Knight?
I'm
I gotta say, Arkham Knight, obviously.
yeah. I'm like my answer is pretty obvious. Is the Arkham Knight. I made a whole video about why I like that car so much.
Yeah, that thing is crazy. It's the way it can transform and everything, and propel Batman into the air. Just all the gadgets. It's yeah, it's way better, honestly.
Yeah,
I really like the design of the car. It's big. It sort of takes elements from like I don't know like other Batmobiles a little bit.
yeah, definitely a little bit from the Dark Knight Returns, at least in terms of how it can be a tank.
Yeah, I mean Tumblr was kind of like a tank, right? I think they even called it out in the movie.
Yeah, let's see. Let me look at the comments here. For me, if a Batman suit doesn't have gray, I just tend to ignore it. I don't care for monochrome suits.
I
I
do
definitely think
wish. Go ahead.
okay. I was gonna say I definitely think Arkham Knight suit is like one of the best suits. Um, just like the armor plating, how it's like more flexible. It feels like the Dark Knight suit, but like better because it's just like there's a lot more stuff, like the colors on the costume, the long ears. I don't know, just I really like that suit. It's like techie.
Yeah, that's why I feel like when I look at the Arkham Knight suit, I feel like that's what it should be for live action. Like, because initially I did not like Ben Affleck's initial suit just because I don't know, just the cowlick around the neck. I don't know, look a little too bulky to me and with the short ears, but it grew on me. Mostly, I think by the time it got to like the Justice League suit.
I think I might have mentioned this on the that time we were doing the best and worst bad suits, Brian. Um, uh, there's some Photoshop if you, even if you just Google image it, and I'm going back to the comment by Angel of Death, or I'm sorry, not Angel of Death. Oh, it is Angel of Death. How the begin suit was photoshopped by someone to look gray. The cowl was black. The emblem was black, and there were black gauntlets, and just the contrast of gray and black. It looked really, really, really good. If you just Google like gray Batman Begins Batsuit, it looks really, really good. And I wish they went that direction, but I guess they went with all black instead.
Oh yeah, I see it. Wow, that is definitely way better.
Yeah, let me take a look because I think I know what you're talking about because I have seen a couple of
I'm seeing the one with the white eyes. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
white eyes too. I think yeah, it's the very first result. It looks
See, there's that dang triangle thing I'm telling you about. It bothers me, guys.
Yeah, okay, yep, I see what you mean. Yeah, wow. Even I see like in the edit portion it's really more prominent. It's like wow, but yeah, I think I feel like there should that's why I'm glad like at least with the Batman we have in live action the gray bodysuit back.
I was thinking of the cartoon.
True, like that. I mean, we have those as well.
I definitely like Robert Pattinson's Batsuit more. I think there's definitely problems I have with it a little bit, but but I think the good outweighs the bad in that suit. I try to remember like did you guys not like Robert Pattinson's suit? I'm trying to remember that video. It's been a while.
I personally didn't, but I don't I don't say my opinion is better than yours or anything. I personally don't really like the suit for a number of reasons.
I think I was in the middle mostly for myself just because like, you know, it's I think after all these years of seeing all different kinds of Batsuit from like other video games, movies, cartoons, I just feel like how many more it takes to do, you know? Like there's not so much variety when you look at it overall. Just,
Mm, I don't know about that because there's like there you got the rainbow Batsuit, you got like ninja Batsuit, you got like armor batsuit. I mean, I can go on for days, guys.
Okay, I guess so. Just I don't know. I guess to me, when I think of
Live action, maybe is what you meant.
yeah, I don't know. Just I guess I feel like with the Batman, I feel like it could have been something more like maybe Arkham Origins suit, sort of, in terms of how it's if they're going for more for like patched together kind of thing, not a fully uniformed suit just yet.
I think like the armor, like the plating, like the body suit, like some of it kind of looks like Origins, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I do like the cowl design. It reminds me a little bit of Gotham by Gaslight, and even somewhat the Adam West mask, just minus the white eyebrows drawn in.
I think my problem with the suit is like the cape or something. Like I don't know why it's so hard to get like the triangle shaped cape, like the fins on the bottom. It's just like you get none of that. That bothers me.
Let me see. Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I'm hopefully if they do something with Pattinson's Batman story that we get an improved look. I mean, we'll see.
I think they try to make it blue from the concept art I looked at. I think they were trying to go for like a kind of blue aesthetic, but I don't think they figured it out because blue is kind of hard to like really get right.
Sorry about with the noises.
That's fine.
Yes, fortunately, got construction people working on the apartment upstairs.
Oh no.
Let's see. Let's see for Angel's Death. Yeah, it's good, but I like the suit he has in the beginning of Night for because it feels more classic and has trunks.
That city suit from Night, like it's not the actual city suit. It's like
Looking in
I don't,
between.
yeah, it's like in between. It doesn't look city suit. Like the gauntlets look weird. Like the back of the fins, like it doesn't like it does like this kind of curvy thing. And I'm like, that's weird because all the other fins are like straight, but that fin just like goes back. I don't know. I could probably just send you a video, a photo, like what I'm talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, I do agree. That's why I'm glad when they brought in the original Arkham Asylum suit. Like, it does look better than the Arkham suit that they had in Night.
Does the Asylum suit look weird to you guys? Because like I know the remaster it's black, but then like the original game it's like kind of this dark blue kind of color, and then Night
It had a
just like
blue tint.
yeah. I'm just like because I was someone asked me a question earlier like is it blue, and I'm like
I think at least I remember it having a blue tint. I gotta check again. You said Arkham Asylum.
yeah, the Asylum suit, because like there's like at least maybe three different versions. There's the original one that looks sort of blue, and then you got the remaster that just goes all black, and then you have the Night where it's just like it looks blue. Or
I think it might be with the color tones in City because like when I remember I think when I played the original versions of Asylum and City back on the PS3, it was not so much blue. It was like a very like warm lighting a bit, but well, at least in Asylum and City, there's definitely more of a blue highlight. I think because of the it's I don't know. I think the game was sort of winter in the middle of winter, especially with Mr. Freeze being there.
Yeah, there's plenty of blue in City. Yeah, I think oftentimes it depends on the setting, the lighting.
yeah, it could just be like technical issues where it's just like, oh, it just looks that way because of like certain lighting.
Yeah,
It's kind of like the PS4 Spider-Man suit where it's just like it looks orange, but at night it looks red. I don't know.
That's a good point. Yeah, I often noticed that. That's why I'm glad with the second Spider-Man game they fixed that a bit.
Yeah, and then they ruined the blue. It's too light.
Asylum is mostly black. City is blue. The remaster removes some of the colors, which is why I prefer the original versions. Yeah, not all remakes
Well,
do a good
remastered.
job. Or technically remastered. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like all the characters in the remaster looked kind of off, honestly, from what I
Batman's
remember.
face model.
Yeah, like the faces were just not an improvement. It looked worse. But and I think that went with a lot of characters. But
Especially Jokers.
There's, and I think the remastered version, there's a lot more glitches. I have my friend playing Arkham Asylum again, and he's trying to do like a challenge, and we're always discovering like something wrong with the games. Like there's someone would be like highlight blue when there's like no detective vision. And it's like that guy's just blue.
Yeah, I'm just glad for Arkham Knight when I got to play that. I never had much issues with it, with any glitches or anything. But as far as
Arkham Knight for me was a disaster personally.
Oh, really?
Because I bought it on PC, and that's
Oh.
when the PC launch was a disaster for everyone. It was so unoptimized and so not ready.
If only you joined sooner, because we literally talked about like the PC part. We're like, oh yeah, I heard like the PC part was bad. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Now we know.
It was getting like 10, maybe 20 frames, and it was unplayable. So we had to wait like 2-3 months for them to actually fix it. What I ended up doing was borrowing a friend's PS4 or whatever it was back in the day, and I just said I need to play this game. Someone please give me their console that I can borrow, so I can play it. But then they fixed the PC one, I think, finally around like November or December of that year. And then it was all right, but it took a while, and it was very disappointing. They launched it in that state. It was like basically like the Cyberpunk launch for consoles. It was like that. It was really bad. So I can't believe they do that sometimes.
yeah, because we were talking earlier how like that game was was supposed to come out like in 2014 as part of the whole Batman 75 anniversary thing, which is why that game has so many suits available. But I guess they needed more time before. I think it was June. Yeah, I think this month, 10 years ago. It's just still crazy how 10 years old, and yet this game looks just as good as like any current game out right now.
Yeah, made on Unreal Engine 3, like the same engine made for Asylum City. I'm like, you know what? Like, really, just makes me upset is because I read the interview and they're like, "Oh, we're not really like a graphic design, or like we don't really specialize. We're not a team that really focus on like much quality, right?" And it's like, shut up! This game looks better than most games today, and you're sitting here saying like, "Oh, we're not actually like."
Brian, it might help to mute yourself when you're not talking.
What for the Instagram?
No, for the construction going on.
Ah, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But actually, we don't hear it now, and now it just stops. So it's on and off, but it's pretty loud.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think this would happen today. Like I woke up this morning and just like, bam! Like they're just been working on it, like all day.
All good. I just thought it might be better to, if there's a way to like right now, if you mute yourself when you're not talking, that might help. Yeah. Or if you have a push to talk thing. Anyway, what was I gonna say? What were we talking about?
Well, I was going on a rant of like how Rocksteady says like, "Oh, we're not like a technical like game developers, but like it looks good," and they're just like, I just went on a rant like, "Oh, we're not really good, but like it looks good than most games today."
I also, I think I was going to mention how Arkham Knight, the graphics look so much better. I know it was WB Montreal for Gotham Knights, but it looks so much better than Gotham Knights. And it was like, how does the Arkham Knight game from 2015 look way better than a 2023 game? I think it was. So that was interesting.
Yeah, biggest disappointment for me, Gotham Knights. I
I
think
was
it's
really
because of
upset.
like the lighting and light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the reflections and everything too
because
were just better.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
because I think
oh, sorry.
most games or like most movies in general, like they look good at night, and you can kind of hide stuff when it's dark. So I think it's just like how the team was handling lighting at the time. Oh my gosh, now I'm like thinking of like Arkham Knight, like rain. Those
I
shorts
was
are just like, I'm so lonely, and just the
Oh
Batman
yeah,
Arkham Knight just like walking.
walking around. Yeah, I love those actually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Gotham Knights was a huge letdown for me. I was hyped for like a couple years when they were um, always like giving these teases online, like on their website, and like these
Yeah, I think
uh,
what it was like 80th anniversary. They post like logos on their like
yeah, like these
companies like,
en-
they're building.
enigmatic, mysterious logos, and everyone was kind of getting hyped. Is this like? I think for me, I was personally super convinced it was an Arkham Origins sequel because naturally it was WB Montreal. A sequel for Arkham Origins made sense. Maybe have the whole Bat family. So I was like, this is going to be something huge. And then we got the announcement for Gotham Knights, and I was like, okay, well, I'll still take a Bat family game. That still sounds pretty cool. But then apparently, I didn't even play the game. It seemed kind of just not fun. Maybe it was fun, I don't know, but just didn't seem like it was the quality of the Arkham games. And then I watched the story on YouTube, and the story seemed to be very lackluster, so I didn't really, care to buy it. So yeah, that was a little bit of a disappointment for me.
I agree.
I
Because
own the game.
same. I played through it. Just like there's some things I do like about it, but it's the story. It's a bit, just especially how they handle with Batman and
Yeah.
the way I see it, it's like they basically divide up like how you would play Batman and Arkham Knight into four separate characters.
Well, the combat and the gameplay also just didn't seem. It seems like they scrapped everything and try to start something different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just I don't know why you would, you know, if it ain't broke, why would you try to fix it? Like it was fine if they just did that. I feel like.
Yeah, it's just the combat was just really weak. And I keep saying this to people. It's like it didn't need to be Arkham. It just needed added um like a deflect move. I'm trying to think like what's that move in Spider-Man 2 where you can kind of counter people. A parry, I can't a carry mechanic. That's what I'm talking about. Like I like a carry mechanic because like we're just dodging all the time.
Mhm.
It's not fun. I'm like I don't like Red Hood doesn't dodge. Freaking counters people, man. Come on.
Especially with fighting Venom, yeah, it was a had to do a lot with the parry and dodging. It's I know that's why I love with the Arkham games where all you do is worry about counter and then just like doing the stun cape stun and then having
And
a
then
whole assortment of gadgets. Whereas in Gotham Knights, you get like maybe one or two, like Nightwing just with the Eskrima sticks, Red Hood just the guns as far as for projectile. Then I think for with Batgirl with she's the only one with batarangs, and I want to say Robin, either his shurikens or just with the bow staff, or no,
you're
slingshot.
thinking that Batgirl's like more techy. Like she has like I think she has like the most gadgets because she has like batarangs and then like trying to think what else she has. She has that drone.
Yeah, yeah. I think either her, yeah, and even Nightwing has a little bit of a drone for as far as for gliding, which I mean, I will admit, I do like the fact that in the game you can choose which character to play as. Just the only kick is you can't just choose multiple. Like if you choose like let's say Nightwing, then you're basically playing through the city only as Nightwing until you come back to the the Belfry, and then switch to someone else.
You know what like really upsets me? It's like when you like it's like those Talons guys where like they get revived or something. You can't do anything when they're on the ground, as in like Arkham where you can do like a ground take. You can't do that.
That's so stupid. Like I feel like there should be a ground takedown regardless. I don't care whether it's part of Arkham franchise or not.
Yeah.
And yeah, Angel of Death. Yeah, technically we did get an official sequel to Arkham Origins with in the VR game, but I haven't played
Oh yeah.
I haven't played through the story myself because unfortunately I don't have a VR currently. But yeah, the story seemed very impressive to bring in Two Face with Dick Grayson's origins, especially having Roger Craig Smith back as Batman.
And I don't have a meta quest. I mean, how many people have a meta quest? That was the issue.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it sucks. 'Cause can't play it, and that's can't tell you I played it.
And back
It was
to
fun.
Gotham Knights, I actually got a chance to talk when I met Scott Snyder in my absolute suit. Um, I told him how much I love his like Court of Owls run and everything, and I told him I wish they would be able to do that, like a like give the Court of Owls justice in some kind of either the next Batman movie or they because I feel like in Gotham Knights they didn't handle them well. It seemed like they weren't very much a threat at all in the game, and they didn't seem very intimidating from the YouTube story that I watched. So I wish that was the thing. For another thing with Gotham Knights was the story was kind of just boring because nothing really happened with the Court of Owls. They seemed kind of just weak from a villain power standpoint. So that was an issue for me also with the game. And I wish they did a better job with the story.
I need to ask Scott. I wish you asked him because I think he was a story consultant for the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, I think that was the case. Yeah.
Yeah,
He said he wasn't. He basically said, "Yeah, I wasn't too happy with what they did, and he wishes they did it better." And I was like, "Yeah, Sam. I love what you did with comics, and I wish someone could replicate that better in the movies."
yeah. I think the problem with Gotham Knights Coral is because because I know in the comic book there's no one big bad guy, right? It's just like a group of people. So like if you even if you take like one of the members, like there's more out there, like there it's just um it's not something that Batman can really take down. Like maybe Ra's al Ghul, like once you take out, Ra's al Ghul, the head of the demon, it's pretty much like the whole organization, her whole organization's down, right? But like the Court of Owls, there's like so many of them. Uh, and I think having it just be like Bruce's like what uncle, right?
Oh yeah, because Jacob K. I mean, that is an actual. I mean, he is an actual character, though he's just military. Like I wouldn't say like him being part of the Corps of Owls is traditionally in the comics. That was just something to make, I guess, to create controversy. Kind of like I don't know, like a few other examples I think of, like the Gotham by Gaslight movie adaptation where Gordon was Jack the Ripper.
I mean, it's good to change adaptation, but I think with the core, it's like it's really I don't really have problems with this story. I don't think there's really much to change. Maybe even like take out the whole brother thing because I think that was a little confusing. I was like, what? He has a brother?
Yeah, I think that was probably I think that was like a callback to with the what was it? It was like the whole thing with Owlman, for how like there was a version of Owlman where he's not Bruce Wayne exactly. He was born as Thomas Wayne Jr. So I think that was just like a nice little throwback to that. But I mean, I guess for Core Owls, I feel like they never had much of a strong standpoint in media out of the comics. So I mean, they try, I think, in an animated movie with Batman versus Robin. Then there was I think I want to say both the Gotham show, and even that short-lived show Gotham Knights, similarly titled. They both had the Court of Owls.
Really, I didn't. I didn't know that about the Gotham Knights show. That's funny.
Yeah, I watched like the first episode and then I was like, nope, I'm done.
I saw a trailer and I was done. I couldn't believe. It's amazing what some of these shows can. How like who gives a green light on these is like crazy. I don't. It's been so bad, but
What I'm wondering is like how does State Farm make a really good bat suit than these other you know what I mean? Because I've always been convinced like there's no way they can make a good bat suit on TV, and then like I see State Farm, I'm just like, what?
and then State Farm's like villain, designs with the Joker and Two Face and Poison Ivy. I was nerding out so hard. I was like, this looks so good. And then the Batmobile looked amazing. I was just like, why can't we get this instead? It
Hopefully,
looked,
James Gunn saw that, so for his
yeah.
Batman, it's something like that.
Please, James, please.
I really hope James gets that right because I want to see that. Like, that's all we want. That's what everyone wants. Just give us that. Oh
The
man.
utility belt too. It's like all yellow and it's got like the I think it has a certain. I'm gonna look at my post real quick because I posted it because they released like they finally released like photos like a much
Yeah.
better look on the costume and all that stuff.
Yeah, think he might be able to cosplay as that one day.
Oh, the State Farm batsuit.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's all right. Yeah, I think the batsuit could have actually been a little more detailed. But it was definitely good. I just thought, I've done cosplays that are similar to that already, and a lot of other people have as well with that whole armored look.
Yeah.
Um,
It's basically
so
just like he's wearing like black clothes and like he's putting armor pieces on it. That's what it
yeah,
boils down to. So like the boots look like asylum boots. The belt looks like a combination of like I don't know, like it has some compartments as like the yellow oval on it, and then the bat symbol, which is really surprising because it bases on the New 52 logo, and then like the cowl kind of looks like Ben Affleck's.
looks like the Batfleck one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because someone told me because like it's the same team who made BVS suit worked on State Farm's like that cosplay bat suit.
Oh, really? So that's Ironhead Studio.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, but
yeah,
makes sense because they always do a phenomenal job for everything they do.
yeah. I wanted to go back to that comment earlier of like BVS like neck piece because I was really caught up by go like because like I don't have the issues with like the neck piece, maybe like the cowl a little bit because it's like I know what they're doing. They were doing like Frick Miller stuff, but I like how they finally figured out how to get that his neck moving while having like not being like a separate piece for like
Yeah,
the
that
mask and stuff.
for the Batman community, that was a huge. It still is a huge topic of discussion. It was just such a cool piece of engineering and how
He
they
can
did.
change. He can move his head.
Yeah, and the way it works is it's really very cool because so what basically they put like a foam core around his head and his neck, and then they incorporated that into the latex of the cowl, and then they fused it together, and that's what gave them the movement. So it was just like a really interesting, costume engineering job. And yeah, that was really cool how he was able to almost freely turn his neck, and it was very impressive and expensive, which is probably why it still isn't very much a cosplay thing, because we think to build something like that for especially like a custom piece for some like designed for Ben Affleck's head, it's like the costs go up for that, so that's why it's like not very much seen in cosplay yet. um, and latex can also be prone to tearing, so they might have had some tears with the cowl on the set, but I'm sure they made like hundreds of backups or whatever. So, but yeah, that was cool to see. And then they had that, and then they kind of forgot about it. It was interesting. Like I think in Justice League they actually dropped the Ironhead studio, and then they had the new Justice League cowl, and you can notice he's actually not able to turn his head very much anymore.
Oh,
Um,
so they changed studios. That's interesting.
they went with a different designer, and which also is weird. Marvel seems to even drop them too because he Ironhead also came up with the what was it, the Civil War Black Panther suit, which everyone really loved in the movie. But then when the Black Panther movie came out, they scrapped it. They scrapped Ironhead Studio, went with some other design, and people were like, "No, go back. We like the old design better." So they've done a lot of stuff for the movies, including Marvel, and for some reason the movies like them for the original movie, and then they drop them for the sequel, which is it's just weird.
Huh.
Didn't
That's
didn't know that because I didn't see much difference between Black Panther suit from the Civil War and then the first movie. But
Well, it's mostly the cowl. The cowl looks um, not as cool as the Civil War one if you take a closer look. It's not a huge difference, but it's you can kind of see it if you look closely.
hmm,
I think in the film, like it's just like they replaced Chadwick Boseman with the CGI double.
Yeah,
Really odd because I know in the trailer, like it's actually Chadwick Boseman, but in the movie, like it's CGI, which I found odd.
Yeah.
I know they did that with like Tom Holland Spider-Man, where like I think Homecoming, like there's a scene where just like they just CGI that Spider-Man, and it's weird because it's like it's just like he's just walking and they CGI that entire thing. I'm like, Tom Holland could have just walked over there. Like I don't know why you had to like CGI that whole thing. It,
Yeah.
it's like with
Um,
Aaron Davis, he's like interrogating him. Like that whole scene is a CGI Spider-Man. I'm like, Tom Holland could have just put on a
hold on.
suit and done that, right?
Which scene is this?
This is Homecoming. This is where like Spider-Man interrogates like Aaron Davis, and like he has that tries like the interrogate him. And he's like has that voice modulator, and then like Aaron's just like, dude, I know your real voice. It's not your real voice. It's just,
Wait, the, Aaron Davis.
yeah, like Prowler. Like it's
Oh,
that
is that the one that Donald Glover played?
yeah Donald Glover.
Oh, yeah, that was CGI.
Yeah, no, that whole scene is CGI. You can see with like how he's like the muscles flex and all that stuff. Like that's whole CGI, and I'm really confused by that because it's like Tom Holland could have just put on a costume and just like done that like for real,
That's
right?
weird. Yeah, why did?
They no, that's how Marvel used to do it a lot. I think they've kind of I don't know if they're still like using CGI doubles because like I think they're getting backlash and all that stuff. But yeah, like
Mhm.
every like scene with Spider Man or something like he's CGI. Most of the time. Like it isn't a bad thing. It's just like it's I don't know. I'm trying to think of the
That's
word.
Well,
yeah,
it's
it's
probably
just
why we had those strikes with the AI and the script thing. So hopefully
maybe it
now.
was sorry, maybe it was a matter of uh logistics and having maybe they couldn't fly Tom Holland out to meet Donald Glover or just scheduling conflicts or something like that. Maybe
Something maybe, but like Civil
Probably.
War, I understood that because it's like it was literally last minute, and it's like yeah, like that's understandable. But I don't know, with Homecoming, I was like, really, like what was going
yeah.
on? Couldn't delay the movie. I could do this, and it's
Let's see. Back to Batman Begins. I think this is the only film where Bale's Batman voice sounds good, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, it does because like, I mean the dark by at least the Dark Knight it wasn't so bad, but by Rises with that one scene, ugh, God.
Dude, Begins, it was so good. And the fact that they changed it for the worse is weird. It's like, I loved his voice in Begins. Like
kind
that
of
one scene where he meets Gordon at Gordon's house and he's like storm screaming and it's like just perfect. And then I guess the studio, maybe they overdid the editing on his voice in the later movies. But it was just perfect in Begins. And I don't know why they changed it.
I'll say this. I think because the Dark Knight, like his voice is pretty bad, but it's very iconic because everyone does that voice.
It's true. Everyone talks about it and does it. Yeah. So it's
it's
kind of
it's
good and bad thing.
it's a bad thing. It's a bad voice, but it's very iconic. I'll give you that. But yeah, like see what I mean with Batman Begins. It's like that scene with like the scene you just talked with Gordon and all that stuff, and like at the end of it, he just disappears. That's what I'm talking about. That feels more Batman-y to me than in the Dark
Yeah.
Knight. Like it's more like in Begins, there's more Batman stuff. Like oh, it takes out like like dozen rooms, right? And like it's all quick succession, right? And you're like you have no idea like what's going on, you know?
Yeah. I think I was overhearing you while I was trying to set up. Is it definitely Batman Begins is definitely a much more Batman movie than The Dark Knight.
Or when he goes like in the apartment, where like Crane's about to like, like burn that house, right? Like Batman's
Yeah.
just like in the shadows, it's like he's just like
Yeah.
you can kind of see that like the way it's like he just hides in the shadow and then like takes out that one guy in the bathroom. Like that's very Batman-y to me.
And he doesn't do that at all in The Dark Knight. In The Dark Knight, he's just like, okay, I'm here. Who wants to who wants to take a who wants to fight? And it's just he doesn't really use stealth that much. I guess he kind of does in the the boat scene where he's taking out the SWAT team a little bit. Maybe I don't know, but it was his tactics in Begins were great. It was nice to see that.
Rice has had more that stealthy Batman, like where you like Catwoman takes him to like Bane, and you have that
Oh
one
yeah, yeah,
where
Yeah.
like you shoot gunfire and like you can kind of see Batman a little bit, which was kind of I guess inspired by Matt Reeves because he does that same thing in the elevator where Batman takes out like up like armed thugs basically and they're shooting at him.
I couldn't get myself. I was completely taken out by that scene where he just kind of walks into the gunfire and just absorbs it like he's Superman. I just it looked cool, but I thought that was pretty dumb. Um,
Mm.
he just walks into it, and there's no he's not like struggling to walk through the bullets. He just takes it and he's fine. That doesn't really work from even if his suit is bulletproof, the kinetic energy from all that gunfire would be making him fly back. And I was like, what? That
That,
that's not how physics works.
that actually made me think of Black Panther, where how like with his suit it can withstand bullets. So maybe for Pattinson they just got some vibranium.
I guess so. Um,
Yeah, for that plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, that's why I think the Arkham games are the best. Because even if you get shot in the Arkham games, you feel it. Like you're like, oh, I took a bullet. I can't keep taking this because I'm not going to be able to fight. I need to like find a way out of this instead of just tanking it. So I found that really weird in the Matt Reeves movie.
That's kind of why I like Arkham Knight, because like the first two Arkham games, like when you get shot, right, like you're kind of like you feel the bullets, all that stuff, and then like Knight, Batman's just like, screw this, I'm just like going all out. I'm gonna use my Batmobile, I'm gonna run you over, and I'm gonna beat. Just moves faster. Like I like Knight that way because it's like, yeah, like the beginning of the game, like Ace Chemicals, like I like that feeling because it's just like, okay, enough nice guy, I'm just gonna go all out.
Let's see the comments. In the Dark Knight, he sometimes doesn't feel like the main character. In Rises, he's Batman for 10 minutes, and yeah, that's more or less kind of accurate because I do feel like with Begins, Batman's have more the main character, but I feel like with the later movies, we kind of see him through the perspective of other characters, which is why we probably don't see much stealth scenes, unfortunately.
I think Begins is probably like the most screen time Batman had before Matt Reeves took over. Like that was like, I think Batman Begins was like the only movie where Batman had more screen time than like the other movies. I think it's like he's in there for like 53 minutes on screen. What's like
I think the Dark Knight, like honestly, is more the way it resonated with a lot of people is because it was more of a crime thriller, and it wasn't. Yeah, like we talked about, it's not so much a Batman movie as much as you know a crime thriller with a Joker and trying to stop him, and all the characters involved, including Harvey Dent, Gordon, everyone trying to stop him. So it was less a Batman movie and more of a crime thriller, which I
it's
think is
definitely like, yeah, it's
which
definitely a better film,
yeah.
but it's not like a good Batman film.
Yeah, yeah, that's why it propelled to like one of the best films ever. But at the same time, it's not so much a Batman film anymore.
Agreed. Now, also Angel Dead has commented, how do you feel about the I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you scene?
Yeah, that was maybe one of my gripes with Batman Begins. People do argue that he kind of killed him there, and it's like, yeah, you could argue that. I think I don't know, it was cool. It was cool. It was like you kind of got back at Roz, and he's like, "Ha, I got your moment." But I think a regular normal Batman would have been like, "Okay, Roz, you got to hang on to me. I'm going to get us out of here," that kind of thing. But he didn't do that. Uh,
I think I think how to fix that scene is like have him Batman do that, but like Ray's just like, nah, I'm just gonna kill
resist.
myself. I like failed.
Yeah, or he like tries
Yes,
to
that
kill him, and
yeah.
yeah, something happens where an accident happens, and he like, yeah, I think that would have been better. Uh,
I just like
yeah.
because like they talk about like his no kill rule throughout the whole movie, right? And it's like they really try and make like it a point, and then it's like he kills it, and like that's not the only time he kills people. He killed Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. Like he flipped a coin, Batman just like tackles him, and he's just dead on the ground.
Yeah, that's true. And really, a lot of the live action movies, Batman has killed people. So it's just, I find it hilarious how people were so against Batfleck's Batman for how he was killing people. I'm just thinking, like, what about the Prius movies? I didn't hear too
Yeah,
much complaints until recently. So
I think
I think the
Batflex
reason why.
is
No,
well,
go ahead.
I was going to say Batflex was much more blatant, and he was just like directly doing it. Whereas Bale, it was sort of like you can say, okay, was that was an accident. He didn't mean to do that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, the way Ben Affleck uses his jet to just like torpedo those trucks and everything right after he saves right after he decides not to kill Superman, and it was just like whoa, why is he just like directly shooting at people? It was crazy.
You chicken, you didn't kill him.
True. Although I always remember that one scene from Batman Returns when Keaton's smiling after placing a bomb on
That
one of the
was so
penguins.
weird. Yeah, that was pretty blatant too.
Yeah.
I think the reason why people have a hard time with Ben Affleck is because it's like that's where the movie mostly focus, or like that's like most scenes of Batman is just kind of killing people, while in like the other films, like he does kill, but like it's not like the main focus. It's like they're
Yeah.
focusing on like other stuff. So I think that's why. But going back to Batman's kill rule, I think with Nolan's version of the kill rule, it's like he doesn't kill because he wants to fix like the justice system basically, but he'll kill if he like pretty much forces him to do because he. Let's be honest, he definitely killed Harvey Dent. Like, there's no like, oh, it was an accident. No, you straight up tackled that guy, man.
I'm trying to remember how that went down. I know he basically so he got shot, and then Harvey's talking to Gordon, and then Batman sort of gets up and runs at him and tackles him. But he tackles him, and then I know Harvey falls to
They
a
both
pretty big height.
fall.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they
So
both
like, this is
fall.
what happened. So this is what happened.
Okay.
So Harvey's like flipping a coin for like to shoot basically Jim's son, basically. And as soon as he flips the coin, Batman tackles him. So, but Batman doesn't reach for Harvey; he reaches for his son, and like he's hanging on
Oh,
like a piece of wood, and then like he like
yeah.
hold after like Gordon gets his son. That's when Batman falls. But yeah, no, like he definitely killed Harvey right there. I don't think like the kill rule for Nolan's version isn't just like a moral thing or like a psychological thing or like
But I think you can
or
still
because
say
like
that you can say that he didn't
yeah
mean to kill Harvey. It was just like he Harvey kind of just died in the process of Batman trying to grab
yeah
Gordon's son, and the height. There was nothing he can do maybe with the fall. Uh,
yeah
So
because
it
like when
was
it comes to like Batman's like kill rule, like there's different versions of it, and I'm not trying to apply like every like okay, this is the reason he doesn't do this. Like every version has its like this is the reason he doesn't kill, but for that specific version of the character. So I'm trying to like based on like
yeah.
why they don't kill for that version. I think Nolan's version is just like he just wants to fix the crime system. Like he doesn't kill because like he knows like it's not gonna like help fix like the justice system because like in Begins it's like it's implied that it's like very corrupt and all that stuff and like why would Batman kill? It's like it doesn't help his cause, all that stuff. So that's why he doesn't kill. He doesn't really
So
do it for like moral reason, like in the comic books where like
yeah.
he doesn't or like B test versions where like he doesn't kill because he wants to help his villains or like in the comic book version like because it's like a psychological thing like he doesn't kill because of that reason.
It was all this just weird killing thing with all the movies beforehand that made me say, I really hope Matt Reeves' movie he doesn't he just doesn't do it for once. And lo and behold, he actually doesn't kill in that movie, at least from what I can remember. So I think that was the first Batman movie is Matt Reeves' movie where he actually did not he finally managed not to kill anybody.
Well, technically there's like four if you count Mask of the Phantasm because that was like what theatrical release. So that's like okay,
Oh,
Batman
well,
doesn't
yeah.
kill there
Well, I
or
meant like
like
live
Batman and
action.
Robin. Yeah, Batman and
Oh,
Robin like Batman doesn't kill. Not
yeah.
unless you want to count the other movies
Yeah, I
or the
guess.
Lego Batman movie.
Oh, okay, you're right. You're right. I guess I meant more the um, live action where I guess Batman and Robin maybe finally got that part right.
It's really
You're right.
weird because like I watched Batman and Robin recently, and I'm just like, man, there's like a lot of comic book elements. I kind of like it, but the script is bad, or like the designs are bad too, like the nipple suit.
I think if you watch Batman and Robin and convince yourself that it's a comedy, it actually kind of works.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I do like the comic book is like aesthetic or like they're like how it's pretty much played out because it's like yeah, that feels like out of a comic book. Like okay, Batman with skates and he's fighting these hockey players.
Yeah,
Okay, the diamonds like on the floor. I'm going to use these hockey sticks to like as a puck.
yeah.
It's an interesting story, but and yeah, I feel like with the trilogy, it's a bit inconsistent, as Angel does point out, like how like he is responsible for Raish's death as well as with some of the leagues, and it's funny how in the dark, they point out how Dark Knight he saves Joker but kills Two Face, and then rises. I mean, he pretty much kills Talia, and then has no reaction when Catwoman kills Bane.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess it just wasn't like the priority to do
I
that.
think they were so focused on stopping the nuke that Batman was like, "Okay, I'm gonna let that one go. We got better things to worry about." Uh,
Maybe after like he married Selena, he's like, hey, you know that one time Selena's like, oh, are you don't go there. Remember that train scene.
he does do it on the rooftop where they're fighting those thugs. He's like, what does he say? He says, "No
No
guns, no
guns, no
killing."
killing.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, come on," and they do
Where's
kind of
defined that?
yeah, they do that, and it was kind of weird just to have. I guess it was Nolan's take on the whole Catwoman thing to give her a gun. That was also pretty different and deviating from what Catwoman normally does.
Agreed. I mean, I don't know if I've
I do
gone with
wish
the
it
whip,
was
but maybe at least like the claws or something.
Yeah, or those gadgets she has in the Arkham games. I forgot what they're called. Those the bola things.
yeah,
Yeah,
Bola's whip, and then
Yeah,
caltrops, I think they're called. Yeah.
caltrops. Yeah.
But
yeah.
speaking of love interest, Angel does point out something. How do you guys feel about with Rachel Dawes, since we first see her in Begins?
I feel nothing.
Yeah, I didn't like. I forget. I you forget the actress's name, Kate something. Um, I just I thought that could have been done better.
I don't
It
know.
seemed like
It's
they
like
had chemistry for one.
yeah, I don't know. I don't feel anything. I'm like, okay, childhood best friend. That's about
Yeah,
it. This is, I don't know.
Katie Holmes. Yeah, I felt like she just, like you said, kind of dull. And I mean, she does serve a purpose in being like, the whole, you know, the whole moral compass thing, and kind of guiding Bruce and what he should be doing before he becomes Batman. Right? I thought that was interesting. But their whole chemistry was just not there, and it didn't seem like they. I don't know. It was weird. Um, it's hard to talk about. Also,
I think there's more chemistry with Catwoman in the Dark Knight Rises. I feel there was more.
definitely,
I don't know.
definitely.
Like, I definitely felt like something there, and it's just like I don't know. It's just like it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like I don't feel anything. I really don't.
Yeah, like
yeah,
nothing really is impressing with that, especially even with the love triangle thing they're trying to do with Bruce and Harvey. As Angel does point out, yeah, as he says, this felt kind of tedious, and I don't know. Yeah, I felt like okay, so she's with Harvey Dent. It's fine. It's like it's not
yeah.
like Bruce is trying to put the moves on her or
Yeah,
anything.
he's busy being Batman, so okay, yeah,
Rachel
that makes
Dolls
sense.
pretty much just serves as like other characters like motivations or like she pretty much just helps other players, but like she's really like she does nothing for her own or something. like Harvey, I was like, that's when she dies, that's when like Harvey becomes Two Face or something like that, or becomes more corrupt. And then like with Batman, she's like, oh, like you shouldn't kill because your father would be ashamed. I don't know. Like okay, rude. First of all, you
Dude,
don't know my father.
there's a YouTube video. I don't know if you guys seen it, where she, when she slaps Bruce in the car, and the YouTube video keeps playing it like like 20 times, and it's actually pretty funny.
I'll look that up soon, but I guess Rachel served as being like a moral compass, I guess, to help Bruce realize about that, how there's more to do than just his grief, so to speak. It's, with the whole city, and she kind of helped prompt Bruce to travel the world to learn more about the criminal element.
Yeah.
Well, her and Falcone, I guess.
I'm trying to think like how long, like it was it 8 years or something he went on traveling, learning.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, it was 7 years.
Yeah. Alfred was like, "You've been gone 7 years, sir."
I do like how the Gotham Knights anime movie. I'm talking about the that weird anime movie where like Kevin Conroy is like voicing Batman. Like it's
Oh,
like I'm
yeah,
talking about, yeah,
Batman Gotham Knight. Yeah, that was like, yeah, they didn't have Rachel in that, but they did have the Morgan Freeman version of somewhat of Lucius Fox and Alfred. They
yeah.
mentioned the Narrows a bit.
I'm saying that because that is canon to like the Nolan first.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I do like how they put more or they put more backstory. Like, okay, Bruce didn't like just train the League of Assassins; he did this thing on his
I do
travel.
like. I think my two favorite ones are the episode where he goes to, uh, I guess India or wherever that place was, and meets with that lady who kind of teaches him about pain and everything. I thought that was really cool, like from a psychological standpoint. And then the obviously the one with where he's fighting Deadshot on the train. I think that was the best one. I really like those.
Yeah, I'm trying to look
Yeah,
at the name.
those are two of my favorites. I do like also, I think, the one where you follow the two cops, Alan and Ramirez.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a cool like shot of like Batman looking over Gotham. It's like a Jim Lee reference. Like that famous panel like Batman like sitting on a gargoyle and he's like looking over and it's like Jim Lee.
With his
Like
knee out. Yeah.
yeah, like they like the Gotham Knights movie, like there's a shot of the movie that does that for like a brief scene, which I thought was really cool. And plus it's like it's anime, so like sometimes like their backgrounds are like really detailed. So I don't know. It just looks good.
Agreed.
There are some cool things in there. It was very. I love that.
I definitely like I definitely like
Series.
Deadshot one because Batman looks cool, like the way they draw him, and then like that whole scene of like Batman following like the cop cars and the music playing, you could see more of Gotham. Like that's really cool. Or like that's really okay. Batman punching that bullet though. Deadshot
Yeah.
fires a bullet. Batman just like God, I got the guys. Punches a bullet mid shot.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That's
Actually.
really that's really weird because it's like okay, Batman can like punch a bullet when it's being fired, but like in the Dark Knight, he can't like dodge a bullet when the foo away when Two Face shoots him.
Was it a punch or was he just? I thought he kind of like
He
threw
was
his
like
gauntlet in front of it or something.
no,
So like,
so how it was is like Deadshot like shoots the bullet right, and like it's traveling to like Gordon's car in the back. Batman kind of like he's gliding at the same time, so like he's like on the opposite side, so he kind of just punches the bullet. It's really hard to explain.
who even
want-
just get in front of it? Crazy.
I want to say it was the gauntlets a little bit. Like it does. He did the force of it, but yeah, I think like those
He just maybe caught it.
yeah, I just don't know what he called it. It might have like split it because he did it in a later scene in that short.
I'm gonna pull it
Yeah.
up right now.
Plus, I did like the field test segment because the Bruce Wayne design looked very much like Christian Bale a bit, especially with the hairstyle, somewhat just anime style.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and the one where he has the big Batmobile and the the anime looking suit.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah, it may look goofy, but I did kind of like that function with the whole like deflecting bullets.
Yeah, that was it's always nice to get a different take every once in a while.
Though sadly, that made the worst. That made among the worst of the bat suits when we did that
Oh,
last December.
Yeah, you're talking about like the
yeah,
field testing one. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I found it. We're gonna watch it.
Oh, you're right. I guess he's right. It just happened so fast. I couldn't really tell.
Great shot.
Well then.
But speaking of the villains, I guess what do you guys think of how they done like with Ra's al Ghul, Scarecrow in Begins, as well as I guess how they handle Scarecrow also in Arkham Knight as well.
Ooh, Scarecrow. I think he's fine in Begins.
I actually really love Cillian Murphy in Begins, and yeah, the way what they did with him throughout the trilogy, I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of it's funny the fact that he's the most recurring villain throughout all three movies.
Yeah, you can tell when Nolan has a favorite actor, right? When they keep showing up in every movie.
Yeah. I think Scarecrow Begins is alright. I don't know. Just I like him in Night more. If you're asking which one I like more, I think Night more. I think they're both great, but I think I like Night more because like there's more stuff going on with Scarecrow.
Oh
Also
yeah,
the design, or just like he looks like a dead corpse, pretty much just like walking around.
yeah, he was like the main villain, and yeah, more of the comic book, I guess, take for sure.
Yeah, because I did like Cillian's take on it because like in Begins he's definitely the most creepiest for how they utilize with the fear toxin and everything, and like with the worms coming out of the mask and everything.
Yeah, I'm just reading Angel of Death's comment. I mean, obviously in Night he's better if underused. It's great that Arkham Shadow we see him as Jonathan Crane still working as a doctor.
Dude, I need to play Arkham Shadow.
So yeah, like Arkham Shadow is just like we it's I would say like it's really worth you guys' like money and time because it's a great game. Also, I think the
Yeah,
bat looks pretty cool.
I heard it like won a bunch of like awards for like it was like the best VR game of last year and
Yeah,
everything. And
yeah, I won like best VR game.
I just need to find somebody with a MetaQuest. I just don't know anybody.
Yeah, I like I said, it's definitely worth your money and attention because I've never really played VR games. I think that was like maybe my first actual time playing like a VR game, like actually playing like a VR game. And I didn't really feel dizzy or anything like that. There's like settings to like fix that. And the story is really good. I really like the story.
Yeah, and it was nice to see Roger Craig Smith back as Batman.
Agreed. Yeah. Same with Troy Baker back as Harvey Dent. I mean, Troy Baker just done like a lot of voice work for Batman
Oh,
media for I think
yeah,
like so many characters.
he does every character.
I keep saying this. I want a game. I want an Arkham game where Troy Baker voices everyone. When I mean everyone, I mean like literally everyone.
He could do it if they paid him enough. He could probably do it.
Yeah, you know those like Lego games where like you have those red bricks and you can like kind of customize it. Let's have like an option where just Troy voices everyone, including the women. He voices every woman.
He's so talented. It's crazy. I think what was it? The Ninja Turtle movie. He did. Did he do Joker as well? I forget. I know he
Yep,
did.
he did.
You're talking about TMNT versus
Yeah, yeah,
Batman versus TMNT. Yeah, he voices both Batman and Joker in that movie.
yeah. That's
I
amazing.
think I think that was the first time he actually did that, like doing the two characters at the like same project.
That's true. Yeah, because it's always funny how like he does both characters. Yeah, like with Arkham Origins, he just did Joker alongside with Roger Craig Smith with Batman. So like that's a good pair between the two of them. I always feel like why don't they stick with that? But Troy Baker is very talented, so
Yeah.
I mean, if he can do both, then yeah.
Yeah, there's a scene in like Shadow because I don't want to spoil it too much, but like Batman basically goes undercover and he puts on this like accent basically, he puts on this voice, and then like you're finally in like in a cell and like you can hear Joker. You don't see him, but you hear Troy Baker like speaking all that stuff, and like there's a really cool scene of them together because it's like Batman's like put on this guy's like I'm not, I don't know who you're talking about, I'm Matches Malone. And then just like, I know it's you, Batsy. And then like Batman just like, you can hear Roger's voice like change, and he's like, "What do you want?" I need to play that scene for you guys because it's really good.
And I guess apparently Arkham Shadow, Jonathan Crane was voiced by Elijah Wood.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
But how about like for Ra's al Ghul, I guess in Batman Begins? Because I mean, for me that was like one of the best parts of Batman Begins is to have Liam Neeson take on the role.
That was awesome. I loved what he did with Roz. Yeah.
Yeah, plus it was just really a unique idea where how he's one of Bruce's teachers, or I guess the main teacher, because I don't think they did the whole thing where Bruce just spent most of his youth traveling across the world learning everything. It seemed like most of his training was just in is just with the League of Shadows.
yeah,
Yeah. You know, it's like you can always like follow the comics, but if you want to make a change, just make sure it's a good change and if it makes sense. So it made sense. So and it didn't really hurt the lore or anything, I feel like. And the whole twist of him being Roz instead of what he calls himself, Henry Ducard. I think that was really cool.
It was because, funny enough, Henry Ducard, that's actually one of Bruce's actual teachers in the comics.
Yeah, so combining them, I thought was just it was a change that it made sense for the movie, made sense for the plot, and I don't make a fuss about it. So
Yeah. Also, I guess Christopher Nolan had to be convinced to give Scarecrow his mask, apparently for the movie. So that's so I guess if Nolan had his way, there'd probably be no mask for Jonathan Crane.
yeah. This is the scene I was talking about.
Two bits. Huh? Well, look who's finally awake.
The hell are you talking about? You some kind of joker?
Hardly knew her. Nothing like an old friend to make the joint feel less solitary.
Old friend? You got the wrong guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd remember meeting a freak like you.
Tut tut, Batsy Boo. The Eastern voice might fool the rest of these dimwits, but me? Oh, you and I have something special.
What do you want?
Right?
That's
that's awesome.
he just dropped it right away. I was like, damn.
That's great.
So yeah, those two. I wouldn't mind if they were like the new default like voices for the characters.
That was really good. I would be okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that for Arkham Shadow, the Joker is not a major deal in that game, because I do feel like he overstays his welcome in most of the games, because you're like, okay, we get it, he's the arch enemy, but let someone else be the last boss. So
It wasn't like it wasn't like they did. It's not like Gotham Knights where like they don't mention Joker's name. They're just like, oh, that madman. Dude, just say his name. Or like that giant flying card. Like you can see like because there's like Easter eggs and you can like interact with it, but you can't interact with the Joker card for some reason. I like how Shadow did it, is because like it's just you hear him, he's there, you get to talk to him.
Yeah.
Agreed. Let's see. It looks like Begins also started the misconception of the League of Assassins being referred to as League of Shadows. I mean, it does sound like a better name, in my opinion, but I mean,
Yeah, because the reason they changed League of Shadows because like why would Bruce join a club of League of Assassins?
Back to that thing about Nolan having to give Scarecrow his mask. That's interesting. I didn't know that, but I did know that originally Nolan didn't even want to put the Bat logo on the chest of the bat suit, and he had to be convinced of that too. I think was the story.
Really? I thought like he later changed his mind because he's like, well, I gotta add those elements because it's not really a
Or
Batman.
or he changed his mind. I don't. Yeah, maybe someone was like, "Hey, you kind of have to have the Bat logo, probably," and maybe he was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to remember like because I remember watching like a documentary video of like the Nolan films, right? And I
yeah.
think he said like oh I didn't want to add the cape, but like it wasn't like I needed to add the cape because it's like without the cape it doesn't feel like Batman. I know in the Dark Knight, you know where like when he's about to like jump off, he has like kind of backpack sort of thing.
Yeah.
From my understanding, that was going to be used in the movie for the Bat Pod because they didn't want the cape to be stuck in the tires and all that stuff. But they realized after like doing some testing where like the
Oh,
cape would like immediately fly off when
that's
he's
so
like riding.
funny.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I guess we don't need the backpack then. Okay, forget it. Just,
Yeah, Batman with a motorcycle, like in real life. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I kind of want to do it with one of my bat suits, but it's like, how am I going to be
please
sure
do
that
it.
cape doesn't get stuck in the wheel and I'd kill myself? Uh, sometimes real life functionality gets in the way of that,
Yeah,
of looking cool.
from my research, it should be fine. Because they're like, oh, okay, let's just test it with the cape. Let's see if like it works or not. And they're like, oh, okay, so like the cape just immediately just flies off. Okay, cool. I guess we invented this backpack for no reason. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you guys make the cape really like make sure it flows upwind or well, basically you guys drive really fast on a motorcycle. But man, it's just so crazy to see like how this movie, this game, like you know how I mean this whole year there's a whole lot of Batman stuff that's still being talked about, celebrated like all these years later.
20 years, 10 years later, all that stuff. Hopefully, yeah. And then there's still more announcements. Like I bet there's like another announcement where it's like, oh yeah, great. And I make a video about this.
Yeah, because I mean I'm hoping for that we get a good Batman with whoever James Gunn has in mind, and with if they're gonna bring in more of the Bat family, then that'd be great too. Because I know Teen Titans is somewhat among his plans. So
yeah, I think he just confirmed it that Damian Wayne is going to be Robin for the Teen Titans.
that'll be an interesting twist.
I know a lot of people want Matt Reeves or like Ron Pattinson to be in DCU, but I'm just like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I feel like let him just do his own story separately, and then just just have James Gunn. I think his Batman should just be like something for with more notable characters, like with the Bat family or with the Justice League. However it's gonna work out.
I mean, this is our chance to get like a comic book version where like, okay, he has the white eyes, he's got like the blue costume, he's got the T-Rex in the Batcave, or the giant penny.
I want to see the comic book canon Batman on the screen so badly, and it's just like that's not going to happen with Robert Pattinson's Batman. So we might as well do a new one.
Yeah, it's not like Ron Pattinson's bad or anything. It's just like I would like to see a comic book version of the character, please.
For real.
Man, we are so spoiled. We get two. We get this one. We get that one.
Well, it's like, yeah, we get lots of Batman movies, but they just still haven't really, I feel like, gotten it right. Like, kind of like the Arkham games got it really right. And I just feel like we haven't had the proper, like, absolute rendition of Batman in the movies.
I think we're getting close to it. Or you want to count the Lego Batman movie? Because that one was pretty comic booky.
Actually, yeah, Lego Batman in that sense is like the best version of Batman in the movies because they actually did that and it was great. So
it's not because it came out on my birthday. It's just
wait, what? Your birthday's February 10th?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like,
Bro.
yes. I was like, I'm a Lego guy.
Well, guess what? Guess when's my birthday? February 10th.
No, Mike. No
Wow.
way.
I was so happy that it came out on my birthday, and to meet someone else who had the same feeling is crazy on a live stream. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Oh my
Small world.
Did we
I
just
found my
become best friends?
yeah. Did we just become best friends? Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
I got like a
Yeah.
whole. I'm like a really massive like Lego guy. Let's see if I can really see it. Oh, I can't really see. Maybe like right here or something.
Oh, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I can
So
see some of the Legos. Yeah.
yeah, so
Not
I got the B test one. I got which one? Oh, Bale Knight right here, and then
that's
like
cool.
and then I made this like Lego Batman figure. I think that's pretty cool.
Is that Beyond?
Yeah, that's Beyond. So I like painted it, and then I got like the man who laughs right here. So I'm really into Lego. Right now I'm building like his B test set right now.
I'm not so much into Lego, but my girlfriend is, and I don't know if maybe Brian saw. I actually did a video with the new Gotham City from the animated series set.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm doing that set right now,
I
and I
got
got the
yeah,
Arkham Knight.
I got basically at the Lego actually sent it to me about a month. Well, no, they sent it to me last year, and then my girlfriend finally finished it about a few months ago, and then I finally put a video together about a month ago. I'll send you the link later. I think it turned out pretty cool.
Please, dude. I have the shadow box like right there. Like, there's no way I'm like bringing that up. That's way too heavy. But no,
So,
I like Legos. I'm a big fan of Lego, especially Batman. I got the tumbler right there. I got the shadow box. I got. Let's see what else I have.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's on my list one of these days is to get that Lego tumbler set. Just to see how just see how it looks and stuff. Because I used to collect different Legos, like mostly Star Wars stuff. So it'd be nice to try something more Batman like, especially for that Batmobile.
yeah, and I got some of the Lego Batman movie sets. Like I got the Batmobile one, and then I think it has like other sets too. Oh, I got like the Scuttler one. Like that's one I got too. Like I'm a really big Lego fan. I got like some of the Lego games on my shelf actually right there.
By the way, this Angel of Death person is very good at um, making the right questions. By the way, appreciate you. Like he or she just said, let's settle the debate, race or Roz. Like this person's coming up with every topic you can possibly think of. And it's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I would say I don't know. I mean, I guess I grew up with Raish from like the original Batman animated series, so that's what I'm used to.
Yeah, Rage.
Yeah, at the yeah, I think I did too. And then I heard Roz and Begins, and I was like, oh, is it Roz? Okay, maybe it's Roz. But then in the anime movies, they went back to Raish, and I think Arkham games they said Raish.
Yeah,
I'm
they
pretty
did.
sure. So
Yeah, it's Race because Paul Dini wrote it.
I guess it's Raish then. Okay.
I guess it's more like different like accents and stuff or different customs thing or something. Because I remember like in Arrow they did that whole thing where like it would be they did a slightly different pronunciation, I guess, like with different accents or cultures. Like it could be Roz or Raish or something. It's been a while, but I think that was back when they made Raish like the main villain for.
I was like season 3 of Arrow or something.
Yeah.
I forgot. I honestly forgot if they said Roz or Raish on that show.
It was a little mixture of both, I think. Because I guess like for anyone like in America, it's Roz, but then like for anyone that's of like I guess wherever Nanda Parbat is, it's this pronounce it with Raish Al Ghul.
I always prefer Raish. Like,
Yeah.
because it's just like beyond. Or just Tyler's like, it's pronounced Raish, not Roz. I'm like, okay.
Let's see. An angel did point out it's a fictional character who even his creators disagree on the pronunciation. In my opinion, it's whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
Nah, that's how I boil it down. Like, I don't care. Raish,
Not a
Roz.
big deal, I guess.
Yeah, Yeah, because either way,
It's
very
not a
convincing villain.
What's your guys' thoughts on like the DLC for Rage? Now I'm thinking about it for Arkham Knight, where like you have the choice to like either kill him or like save him.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he's pretty much a zombie. I guess mostly I've gone with the to I guess not I guess sort of kill him just because I don't know. I always think of the fact that like he's basically he's basically equivalent to being stuck to a life support machine. So it's especially with that hole in his like chest or stomach or whatever he got impaled from Arkham City. So I don't know. I think you need a lot more than a Lazarus pit to like recover from this one.
forget why that choice was made. I played the DLC, but it was like I only played it once, and that was like 8 9 years ago. So I don't remember what the plot
So
point
you're
was.
so if you choose to save him, like he very much gets revived, and like he goes on like there's a Nissa, like another character, like
The
another race.
sister of Talia, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Race kills her if you save him, but if you kill him, her sister lives, our daughter lives, I should say, and leaves Gotham. But the thing is, at the end of the DLC, where like you bring him to a hospital bed, he's just like he says proud of you because Race says to Batman, "I'm proud of you," basically meaning like Batman had pretty much killed that guy because like I know he didn't really kill him, but like he had the antidote right there. Yeah, I don't know, he kind of killed him. And I guess I think the reason why they did that is because it's like, well, I mean, like, in your mind, like, what would you do? Like, what's your version of Batman? Like, do you prefer him to kind of kill, like, on a technicality, or do you prefer, like, saving him? I think
Always
Arkham Knight,
debate.
yeah, I think the reason they added the choice system was to, like, really put you in, like, the mind of Batman or trying to make you feel more Batman-y, all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff where the game where, like, you have to visually you as a player like interact with these cutscenes and all that stuff. It's not like the other games where just like you play as Batman and then like a cutscene plays out and you just watch them. Like you're physically playing as Batman. Like the best example I can think of would be like that whole dream sequence of like Barbara Gordon getting shot at. Like you have to physically move around until the game, you know,
Yeah.
like you're not watching a cutscene. You're like interacting with the game, and I think that's what they're
You
trying
kind
to
of
do.
have to,
Like
yeah,
more player input than rather than like cutscenes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked what they done with Scarecrows. Like with all the cutscenes happening, especially interactive ones, it's like you never know like what's really happening or what's like an hallucination or just something in your head until it's over.
Yeah.
And and you have
I
a
also, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, you have a point with Raish and the whole Nissa thing, just because he wants the League of Assassins to get out, especially with the whole turf war, I guess, between the different factions. But like, which would you rather, like, Raish to be revived and Nissa's thing, like, stopped because
Yeah, like basically, if Race survive, he's continued to lead the League of Assassins, and Nissa dies, or you kill him and they leave Gotham forever, and she's still alive.
I think I ended up choosing saving Roz, if I remember correctly, because I did not expect him to kill Anissa. So I think when he killed Anissa, I was like, oh, shoot. I pulled a
Sorry.
Batman again. I I don't kill the Joker because even if 10,000 people die, it's just I can't. It's my new kill rule. It's just it's almost like a character flaw, at that point,
yeah,
which I'm okay with. That's what makes Batman Batman.
yeah, it's like it makes you think that maybe perhaps Batman is more insane than Joker.
Yeah, it's again, it's a debate, and it's like Batman's no kill rule is actually a problem and for everyone. So, um, yeah,
That's true. And looks like I guess for Nissa is different than in the game from what Angel Dust pointed out. Like how I guess Nissa has been around since the 1700s, so she's been using the pit quite often.
oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I don't
Yeah,
know about that, so.
yeah. Because my only experience with Nissa has been through Arrow, pretty much. Because before that, all I knew was just Talia. and I figured Talia would be like more or less the same age as Bruce, but you never know with these Al Ghuls for how long they've been alive.
Yeah, like in the comic book, like his grandma, or no, his mom is still alive. Like Rish's mom is still alive. She's just trapped in an island.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a big event. I think it was like Lazarus Planet or something.
Hmm.
It was
That's what she played it.
yeah, it was a comic book. I read like a little bit of it.
I didn't think, but then I remember I think there was a character called like Sensei that's supposed to be like Raish's father or something. So
Oh yeah, that one. I'm trying to remember. Did Bruce kill him too? Because I guess they're going through the internal like youth or something. So it's like Lazarus Pit, but like more improved. And Batman just like tackles his, I think his father or something, into the pit, and it's like, okay, only people with good hearts can survive, and like this is Rach's dad is not like good. I think Batman killed him if I remember correctly. Oh boy.
dang
Like
it.
one of those things that Angel of Death might know.
Probably, yeah, but this is why I prefer like with the Mia side of things. That's why I for Batman Begins, I'm glad they kept the whole Lazarus pit thing out. It's just, you know, Ra's just hides under different false names and has people just to, you know, pretend to be Ra's, so no one could actually kill him.
I was going to mention that. I like how no one went stuck with his guns on the ground to take and didn't include the Lazarus Pit stuff, because that would have been kind of weird.
I think in the novelization, like they do mention a Lazarus Pit. I'm trying to remember. I never read the novelization, but I remember someone told me it's like, yeah, in the novel, like I guess they did do the Lazarus Pit, but like I don't know.
Really?
I'm
I
trying,
didn't know that.
it happened in the novel, so I'm like I'm trying to remember. Like I need to like go ask him again because I'm like, is it like real or is it just like a reference? Because I don't know.
True. Yeah, because I think even the novelization for with the Dark Knight, I think Harvey had like some rough childhood upbringing with his father, ergo with the two-headed coin.
That would make sense.
And I guess for Arrow's Nissa, I guess according to Age of Death is totally different from the comic version because I guess in the comics it was Nissa Raitko, but I guess where Raish didn't know about her until I guess she was old enough. But I guess in the show and maybe in the Arkhamverse, Raish may have known about her early on.
I'll say this with the Arkham games. I think the problem is that it's really made for Batman fans and not really for casual people because like they don't really dive deep into the characters or like really give or explain more. Like you said, you like Talia, right? But I'm just like I played through that game and I'm like I like Talia, but like there's really not a lot of depth to her. Like I don't really know her all that well.
Oh, in Arkham City?
Yeah, like in Arkham City, and then like, Night. Like they keep telling us like Batman loves Talia, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like you're telling me, but you're not really showing me.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel anything with these characters, you know.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
I think Knight really try to like really tell their version of the characters or like explain more or give us more scenes of that. I don't know, like I'm kind of torn about like the Arkham games. It's just like I don't like. It's not bad because it's like it's kind of bad because it's like they don't really tell their version, but at the same time it's like you can leave your interpretation of these characters. Like you don't need to dive their backstory. You can like fill in the backstories from like a comic book I read or like a TV show.
Plus, the game has those character bios, which kind of fills in the details.
A little bit, but like it's like I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that. It's because it's like I think it's just made for Batman fans, not really for casuals. Like if I let my mom play it, I'm just like, hey mom, like, what do you think of this character?
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. Yeah. Although I guess you could say with all four to five, I guess, or five Arkham games, you want to include Arkham Shadow. It really does capture a lot of the Batman mythos.
I would say Shadow improved a lot because it did give more backstory. Like they did flesh out Two Face more. They gave more in depth with Two Face because it's like, oh, they're orphan boys, like Bruce and Harvey. They're orphan boys. They're like pretty much brothers.
That's why it's like going into your point is I wish they do like an origin sequel where they do this stuff, talk more about the lore of the characters, and that way people who have not been introduced to these characters will have a better understanding of them in the later games like Arkham City and Asylum and Knight. And I think there's just so much potential there for like making in between games between Origins and like Asylum. There are like so many stories to tell that they could tell, but they just decided not to go that route, and that's just really weird to me.
Yeah. I really like Shadow because like it does do that stuff. Because I had theorized like, okay, Bruce and like Two Face or like they're friends, you know, all that stuff. Just like how Bruce interacts with him, or how Bruce says "I'm sorry" to Harvey when you're like driving him to GCPD and all that stuff. Like I kind of theorized that, and I read his bio and all that stuff. And then in the game, like it delves more into like the relationship with like Bruce and Harvey. Like they're orphan boys, they're best friends. Bruce helped paid Harvey to go to law school and all that stuff. Like there's flashbacks.
That's
It is cool, and like it's really emotional. Like you do feel something for Two Face in the Arkham games, and I don't know. I like Shadow because like it does do what you said. It does explore those, and I think if they continue to do that, they can explore Talia more. Like, why does Bruce care about her so much? Because it's like, oh, my love of my life, but like you don't really feel anything.
yeah,
You're told rather than shown.
man. Okay, I gotta get around to this game.
You really do.
Same.
I
Because
might just buy a MetaQuest at this point.
yeah, it's no, no, it's a really good game. There's a lot of B test reference in that game. Like you do see Batman's compassion in that game more. I just I want to talk about so much stuff with Shadow because it's like it does this thing, that thing, but I don't want to spoil it too much. I'll say it's like it's a great game. It does capture like the Arkham feeling, like the stealth, the combat. It's really great.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does look pretty good. Like I might get that one myself because I've seen through parts of the story, not the whole thing, but I've seen what you have said, and I'm glad they did that because I always felt like Two Face should have gone a little more exposure between City and Night. But oh well. I mean, there's so far. I feel like the most they've delved deep is just between Batman and Joker between those games, and maybe a little bit of Scarecrow and Jason Todd.
Yeah, there's again so many stories that could be told, but it is what it is.
I tried reading the tie-in comics. They kind of fill the void with that a little bit. But I'm like,
Yeah. But sometimes even Angel did point out like those novelizations or tie-in comics may not be purely canon because I guess apparently in novelization of Arkham Knight, Hugo Strange is apparently alive, which that's hard to which that's impossible given what happened with Arkham City.
bro got stabbed and blown up.
Yeah, like I mean, unless there's a Lazarus pit involved, then I don't see that happening.
Hugo's body flew under the tower and just into the last pit. Yep.
And then good villains never die.
Blue Knight Beyond. Have you been watching Arkham Analysis? Because that Talia sounds something she's been saying. I have some mixed feelings those on her takes. I have not. I know who you're talking about. I have not seen her videos.
Yeah,
Well, I've seen a little bit, but I don't know.
that's actually a video I have in mind just to explore different versions of Talia because I feel like outside the DCAU, the Arkham City version is the best, even though we don't have much of her background and stuff. Just I guess I do kind of like the fact that even though she's we don't see much of her, she's willing to do whatever she can to help Bruce survive by stealing the cure from Harley Quinn, and was actually willing to kill the Joker for her beloved.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you guys should play Arkham Shadow. It's really fun.
I'll get around to it someday for sure.
That'll definitely be my list. But let's say that's going to be the time for today. I want to thank you both for taking a part of this stuff and celebrate a lot of great things in Batman's history. And hopefully, if Rocksteady does develop a new Arkham game, let's hope it'll be a it'll be good.
That sounds like the plan, right? I think that's the rumor we're hearing. Was they're working on another game? They said,
So the rumor is that they're working on two Arkham games. So one for a remake for Asylum, and then a new game for Rocksteady. And then I heard that there's going to be a Lego Batman 4 thing going to happen.
"Oh, cool." Yeah,
So-
let's hope that all turns out smoothly instead of the recent stuff like Kill the Justice League and Gotham Knights.
I would say the only two games to come out recently would be Shadow and then Justice League Cosmic Chaos, which is like a kids game, but like for some reason, like the character writing is like really great. Diedrich
Oh.
Bader voicing Batman, Brave and the Bold. It's just, yeah.
Yep, I would say if not Roger Craig Smith and Diedrich Bader, definitely a good another good option for Batman voice.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you both for tuning in, and to thank you viewers, especially Angel of Death, for your commentary, and hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you for having me, and great to meet you, Blue Knight. Beyond, it was great talking to you.
Thank you. I just followed you on Instagram recently. I was like, okay, cool.
Appreciate you. I'll follow you back, and I got to send you that Lego video.
Yeah,
And
please.
thank you again, Brian, for setting this up. It was awesome. It was a good time. Thank you.
No problem. And what I want to say, side note, that your Absolute Batman cosplay still looks amazing. I hope there's another new one coming soon.
I actually have. Let me pull out something because I have this. I just have this comic. Sorry. Yeah, I got this one. I got the Sean Murphy cover, and it's signed by Scott and I think Nick Dragata. So it's cool.
Awesome. Wait, so you met Scott? You got him?
No, I didn't. I ordered this online.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
I wish I could meet Scott because I would just like talk for like maybe I'll probably be the annoying guy like, hey.
I just got lucky. I was pretty much on the verge of, I finished my Absolute suit and got all the parts for it. And then he just happened to be coming to my city for the fan expo here. So the timing was just, the universe just said, y'all got to meet with this Absolute suit and the Absolute, author. And it worked out perfectly. So, I got lucky.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, I never thought I could see like a really good cosplay of that suit, but you pull it off. But then you have like a whole arsenal of bat suits at your disposal.
Dude,
I like the reel. You're just like, okay, protein. It's just like, bam, you're like suddenly big. And I show that to my family. He's like, he wouldn't like eat it. He would snort it. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's still kind of blowing up. And I got also lucky in the Optimum Nutrition, the protein company, they shared it on their Instagram, on their story. So that was nice. So yeah, things have been going pretty good for me for that suit.
Yeah. If you got any pictures of you in that cosplay, send some over. I can make a pretty cool photo of that to make it look more like the comic or something.
I still need to just, I've only worn it once to that con, and I haven't worn it since. I need to like take videos and pictures for sure. And I can hit you up for an edit for sure.
Nice. But gonna be ending the broadcast. So take care, everyone, and have a